Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Buffs on Podcast. We are the best POD in the 313. It's been a minute due to technical difficulties or operator error. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I forgot to unmute us. Maybe Zoom just didn't want to see us all in person. But we recorded our first ever in-person pod because we wanted to do something special because this, ladies and gentlemen, is our 50th episode. We've been doing this for almost a year. We are actually, I think, 3 days away or so from our 1 year anniversary. But either way, we're back on Zoom and we're still going to talk Pistons. We don't really have a plan for this one, so we're just going to wing it. All four of us are here again, 50th episode. Thank you guys for all the support you have shown us to this point. To think that we would have 400 and nearly 70 followers on Instagram in 12 months is just crazy to me. But anyway, enough of the mushy gushy stuff. Let's talk Pistons basketball. I don't know where to start. I think Summer League is the freshest in my head still. So I've been thinking a lot about Ausar Thompson and how he's going to have a role in this season. I think we talked about it in that in-person pod, but if Ausar comes in and doesn't average crazy numbers, but just does what he did in Summer League and just is a connector, as Connie called him, is just the guy who doesn't do anything great but does everything well. A lot of Pistons fans are going to come out and say, "Oh, we didn't get our guy. This isn't him." But I'm perfectly fine if that's what he does in his rookie season. What are you guys expecting from Asar Thompson in year one? We'll start with Connie. He's first on my screen.
Uh, some pretty subpar offense. I think there's gonna be some ugly misses. I don't expect him to be like a plus contributor right away. I think we're gonna see some crazy flashes, some really cool plays, some defensive stands, some like help side blocks that are gonna like get everybody out of their seat, like some third row, or maybe not even. I think not even third row help side blocks. I think maybe like a help side block where he recovers the rebound and takes it down the other way. Um, but at the same time, I think it's. I mean, it's gonna be inefficient. I think there's like very little chance that this guy comes out and is like a plus offensive player from the get go because I think there's a lot to be wanted with his rim finishing at every level he's been at, and that doesn't get easier in the NBA. But I think get ready to see a lot of highlights, and then a couple plays that are going to get us absolutely just salivating.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I remember Valorant we watched and he took like those pull-up mid-range jumpers and he pulled the ball like so weird behind his head. I
Yeah.
think yeah, we're gonna see some low percentages, some bad shots, some bad misses. But I do think he's gonna be playable. He's probably our best defender on the wing already, depending on Isaiah Livers kind of where he's at health-wise. Uh he makes the right plays. We saw over and over again. He's a great passer in summer league. He's a great offensive rebounder, defensive rebounder. He goes up high and he grabs it with two hands. So I do think he has a role day one. And it just kind of depends if that corner three is at 35% wide open, then he's gonna have more of a role if it's rather than if he's shooting like Killian did, you know. There's just that leash isn't gonna be as long, I think, and we're in no rush really to make him a starter to put the ball in his hands. So yeah, like Connie said again, or does you like? I don't think the fans are gonna be really impressed unless you're like us and you watch every game and you kind of see what he does. Uh, Either way, I'm excited to watch him play, and I hope next year he's kind of solidified himself as no, not next year, the year after. If Bogey's gone by then, that we're confident he can step into that starting spot.
That's definitely like the long-term plan that once we do get off of Bogey, that he is, the long-term heir to that three. But I kind of see, like you mentioned, you're not going to be like very pleased with his rookie year. How about a Stanley Johnson kind of rookie year? Because remember at the time we were very high on Stanley after his rookie year. We're like, oh, this guy's going to be, the guy that stopped LeBron for years to come in the playoffs. His defense is so good, his offense will come along. I think we could find a very similar rookie year for what it's worth, Stanley's numbers were 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1.6 assists, about a combined steal and a block per game in his rookie year. 23 minutes per game. I think we could see something pretty similar. I could also see a sort of a similar impact we saw with Dyson Daniels on the Pelicans last year. A guy that is from day one, arguably your best perimeter defender. Good playmaker, decent player. Shot just quite isn't there yet, along with those percentages.
That's actually a pretty good comp for Ausar Thompson. Now that I think about it, relative height. Daniel's probably a better playmaker, but I kind of like the comparison there.
I don't know, man. I think what's really important for him is that while the shot develops, he finds a way to still be active and involved on the offensive end. Because we see what all the other stuff he can do, like with the touch passes, like seeing the pass before it happens, putting, offensive rebounding, like Gabe mentioned. I think there's still so many ways for him to become or be effective and playable on the offensive end, even if as the shooting develops, that he's really going to have to put his mind towards that. Because that's how he's like, I don't see Monty Williams as a coach that's going to be like, yeah, just shoot him up, man. This is a rebuilding season. Do your thing. I think he's going to be looking for Ausar to do the Ausar stuff. And if he does the Ausar stuff, which we saw him do in Summer League, along with a little bit of scoring, he's going to be able to be effective, even as the shooting percentages are probably not crazy. And like just with the Stanley Johnson thing, come on, man.
Did you guys see that video? Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley. Yeah.
I mean, I never hated Stanley anyway, but he's just not good at basketball. So he is a bust. I mean, he worked hard. He made his way back into the league.
I wouldn't call him a bust. I mean, he was in the NBA.
I mean, he is fringe in the NBA for a while.
But he's what, the 7th pick? Like, I don't think you can if you're in the NBA for nearly a decade as a 7th pick.
Was he in the NBA though, really? He's on the fringe on the end of the bench. I don't he made his money.
Lakers,
I would say he's a bust though compared to the potential that we thought it was.
I mean, sure, but you got
if that's your 7th pick, I'm mad. Killian Hayes, that's kind of the trajectory I see for him.
Well, yeah, we'll see if Killian Hayes sticks around the same amount of time as Stanley sticks around. But if you really look at all the 7th picks, is he that far below? Is he below the standard deviation or something?
I don't know. I don't really know who.
Emmanuel Mudiay and Macklemore, Greg Monroe.
He's worse than Greg Monroe, yeah.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, I don't know. Those 6 to 10 range guys. If I don't know. I'm never. You can expect them to be superstars or whatever. I wouldn't put him as a bust. Is all I'm saying. It wasn't great, good. But I wouldn't put him as a bust.
I was watching the Pistons Pulse podcast yesterday, and they came up with this trivia question. They do this thing called Sheet or Sham, which is true or false. And the question was, the Pistons have had 2 number 5 overall picks in their entire history, and it was in back-to-back years. You guys think that's true or false?
2 number 5 overall picks?
Yes.
I mean, so there are last 2.
Yeah, but is that it? I don't know. I would say true. I would say true. I don't know the history really.
I don't know either. I would say true just because I know that part is.
It is true. It doesn't mean that we haven't traded and had another team that pick that ended up being 5th overall, but we've only owned the number 5 overall pick twice, and it was in back-to-back seasons, and it got us Jaden Ivey and Ausar Thompson. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Those were.
I mean, what are the odds though? We had what was it? The 3rd worst odds, and we dropped to 5, and then we had the 1st worst odds, and we dropped to 5, and that's the first time we've ever had the 5th overall pick be our own. That's just Pistons luck right there. I guess building off Summer League, Marcus Sasser has me kind of hyped a little bit too. I'm excited to see what his role is this upcoming season. because I feel like he can knock down some shots, especially against where he's going to be playing, which is he's not going to be playing against first unit oppositions. He's going to be playing against like obviously like second unit, third stringers. So I mean, he can get a bucket no matter where he is. I just don't know where his minutes come from right now. Do you guys see Joe Harris not being in the rotation on opening night? Because I've been hearing that in some places, and I don't
Where
see it right now. I think I heard it maybe Locked On Pistons or something, but I don't think it's true.
That's kind of what we talked about on the podcast that didn't record. We're
Yeah,
talking about the rotation. I was trying to argue for Joe Harris being a guard in that spot. And we just kind of, Jaden Ivey, Cade, Marcus, not Marcus Morris, the other guy from Flint,
Monte Morris.
Monte Morris. Yeah. That's kind of the bulk of the guard minutes already. And then
You see him more of a guard than a forward?
I mean,
Harris?
either way, then he's behind Livers, probably behind Ausar Thompson.
That's fair.
I think he'll be in the rotation. I kind of think he's going to be like a 10-minute a guy, 10-minute a game guy.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll like rather than be behind either. I think he's just going to split his minutes, like depending on the rotation at a guard or at a forward spot. I don't think he's
Yeah.
either of those. But I would think he would play, right? At least a little bit.
I mean, he's a great shooter.
Yeah. One of the other trivia question Pistons Pulse had was the last time Joe Harris shot under 40% from three was 7 seasons ago. You guys think that's true or false?
True.
It's
I go true, yeah.
that's just crazy. It's true. That's just crazy to me. Like the last time he shot under 40% from three was 7 years ago.
He shot 39%.
Exactly. And that's the lowest it got. Like that's just absurd. So even 10 minutes, 12 minutes, he's gonna come in and hit shots, and that's what we need. So I don't see why he wouldn't be in the rotation. Like I get Isaiah Livers is a great defender, but if he's not scoring, like, does he still get minutes?
Yeah, yes. Because Livers, like we talked about it a little bit just in this Cade video that we just did. He is our one, like Ausar Thompson is a wing and a defender. Livers is like has at least 40 pounds and like an inch or two on Ausar. Like Livers is our one dude that we can like throw at big wings. Like if you throw Joe Harris at a big wing, it's getting roasted. And
Or a small ball 4, which is also really valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, Livers is so like large, strong, and athletic that I mean, I love him to, hit 2 threes in a game, but I think he has a little bit of leeway because his archetype is essential for this team. Not exactly him, but his build and the type of guys that he can guard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, even if he's not scoring and stops whoever he's guarding 2 or 3 times, that's a win.
And as long as even if he's not, as long as his defender believes that there's a possibility that if he catches the ball, he's going to shoot a 3, then it's still valuable. Like as long as he's still providing space on the offensive end, I think he can be, very effective.
That's fair. I mean, what did he shoot last year? Wasn't he like 35, 36%? It's not bad.
It's never been like a percentage thing for Livers. It's that there's like one type of shot he can hit, which is like a catch and shoot 3-pointer, and like I don't know, he's in his 1 per game limit. That's the issue. It's not a percentage.
Like, Kelster says he wants to see Livers put the ball on the floor more and get to the basket. Do you guys want to see that from Livers, or do you just want to see him like catch and let it fly?
No, catch and shoot.
Yeah. Maybe once like you rip and go. Like if the defender really flies out at him, but no. We got other guys I'd rather see do most of the creation on this squad.
That is fair.
But
Pistons community. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna contradict myself and say, but like having I don't know, having ability to attack from all positions is like so valuable. So if he can like pump fake, go, and just like straight line drive and make another pass or finish at the hoop, that is.
Mhm.
But not like I want him to like dribble up the court, try to break somebody down. That's not what we're
No,
looking.
no. Please no. Valley, you've been awfully quiet. You got anything to add on Ausar, Sasser, Livers, Harris, Killian, anything?
I think we'll find Harris, like kind of that 9th, 10th, or 11th spot on the bench. He'll probably play most nights, but it probably won't be a large sum of minutes. And I think it could vary from one night to another. That's why I stretched it out to 9, 10, or 11th man, not 9th or 10th man, because there's nights where he might not even play. Nights where Livers is shooting the ball well and he obviously provides more defense. Where Asar is, playing inside of his rhythm and doing good things. Sasser, if Killian is here start of the season or not, I'm not sure Sasser's really going to be on the team. I think he's most likely going to start, two-way, mostly tearing it up in the G League, where he's going to be a beast, considering Saban Lee averaged like 35 a game in there. I'm worried what Marcus Sasser is going to do that league. But yeah, I think as the season goes on, we'll see more of Marcus Sasser as some trades happen. But I think from the get-go, we won't see him right away. Yeah.
Does okay, let's do it this way. Do you think this player finishes the season as a Piston? Joe Harris.
No.
No.
I say yes.
Ooh, okay. Alec Burks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's the other one? Bogey.
No.
Ooh.
No.
I think a desperate team's gonna come in.
Who do you think? I think it's Dallas. I think Dallas is gonna throw something stupid at us at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to keep Luca happy, and if they're just like on the verge again, make the playoffs, throws that pick, you can have them.
Monte Morris.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Sorry, Monte. Just gotta have a different answer.
Fair enough.
Killian Hayes.
Killian Hayes.
No.
I don't think he makes it to the season, unfortunately.
Yes.
I think he's been through the season.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it to the season, much less through it. Because I was thinking, like, I don't know, because I've been watching a lot of Cade and stuff videos for the Cade video that's going to be up soon. So if you're listening, make sure you keep an eye on our YouTube channel for that. But YouTube's also been throwing at me like Killian Hayes highlights for some reason too. So I've of course watched them, but I don't think, like, when he catches the ball, I don't think he can do this 0.5 offense stuff.
Mm-mm.
Right? Like, he just literally catches. He knows what he wants to do. He just doesn't do it. I think I've said that before, but either the 0.5 offense is going to make or break Killian. Well, I mean, he's already broken. It's either going to help Killian Hayes or he can't do it at all. And I mean, that's also part of the reason why I think Isaiah Stewart got the extension. I think the second that Isaiah Stewart signed the dotted line, he was also signing Killian Hayes' ticket out of Detroit. Because I think that was the moment that Troy Weaver knew that, like, okay, Sadiq's gone, Killian's not working out. I got to show something for my first draft class. And he had to sign Isaiah Stewart.
Well, Stu also earned that contract.
Okay, he also earned it, yeah. But I'm talking from a Killian.
Yeah, I agree on the 0.5 offense maybe not working in Killian's favor.
Mhm.
Though we do think of him as like this playmaker passer guy. There's so many times where it's like swing, ball swings to Killian, and it's 3 dribbles through his legs to start it off, and it's just like, yeah, there's a level of decisiveness that he hasn't shown, and like, dude, all like best case scenario, if the pastures are green and the harvest is bountiful, like the 0.5 offense kind of gives them a kick in the ass a little bit, and like that indecisiveness is just kind of forced out of him. It's like you were going to make a play or you are not playing. And
That's
so
exactly what I'm thinking.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, best case scenario, he becomes an Ausar type piece, like a connective up. Gabe said this a lot last season where he saw Killian more as a connective wing rather than a point guard.
Yeah.
And if he kind of like, clicks on that 0.5, that sort of becomes the role that he plays.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Monte, what did we say? Monte average? I think we said it in the pod that we weren't able to put out. But what was Monte 10, 3, and 5? Like, if Killian can come in and give us 10, 3, and 5.
But Monte also like never turns the ball over.
And is efficient.
And can shoot the run.
This is also extremely true. And he can shoot like 38, 39% from three.
Yeah.
So, but like, is Monte Morris the long-term answer at the backup point guard spot?
Probably
maybe
not.
it's Marcus Sasser.
Or maybe it's like a guy that's not on the spot, like backup point guard spot, you know.
I feel like that can always be filled.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't trip about, like, I wouldn't force Killian Hayes minutes because, like, is he the future? Because, like,
No, I guess not. But I'm kind of leaning towards the thing, like, Killian Hayes, the number one thing with Killian Hayes that we've been hearing is he's always in his head too much and he's always thinking too much. So what if this 0.5 offense, like you just mentioned, Connie, what if it does give him that little kick in the keister and it does kind of push him to be like, don't think, just do. And it actually helps him. Which I don't know. I don't know if it's going to, because he turns the ball over when he's thinking. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if he's not thinking. But I'm just rattling my head to see how he fits on this roster. And I unfortunately for Valley and I's like mental peace of mind, I don't see it happening.
I mean, that seems to be how the front office is thinking too. Like, what was the report? They're like desperate to move. They're determined to move.
Something like that, yeah.
Which makes me think, like, are they seeing something in practice? Is he not able to make those half-second reads? I don't know.
I don't know. But I think I said this a couple pods ago. I think he sticks it out to at least training camp. And if he doesn't make it, he won't make it to the season, but I think he makes it at least to training camp. And then he's done. Right. Oh, we didn't even talk about how Cade was selected the USA Select team in the Cade video. Got to throw that in there.
We can say it on this one too.
Mm-hmm.
He was offered a spot, turned it down. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We said it in the last pod, but we weren't able to put that out. So yeah, Cade on the USA Select team was offered a spot on the actual USA team, but turned it down in order to prepare himself for the upcoming season, which doesn't really make sense to me because if you're gonna be on the Select team, you're gonna be gone that time anyway. So just like.
But you're not going like the actual Olympic time.
That's fair. Okay.
Like you're there
FIBA World Basketball time.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Any news? I think Valley brought it up. Is Bojan playing on the Croatian team?
He always does, right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll have to look into that. I know Killian Hayes is not on the French team.
He was on like their preliminary roster, right?
Oh, was he? I don't know. I just read somewhere that he's not. Could have been false. So
he's played in the qualifiers. Bogdanovic has
for
Croatia, so
I can see that. Of course, not much Pistons news there. You guys want to do a couple top moments right now, or you want to save that for a whole nother pod?
Top moments from this past season?
Yeah, let's go past season, and then another, or overall, whatever you want.
Can we save it for another pod? I did not prepare any.
That's fine. I just thought about this off the top of my head. We can also save this for another pod. Jerseys. What do you guys think about jerseys for this upcoming season? Personally, based on like me reading between the lines and just like totally speculating, they did Ausar Thompson and only Ausar has them, but they did Ausar Thompson like portraits, I guess they call them, and he's in the black, red, and blue statement jerseys. So I think those are coming back this upcoming season. How do you guys feel about that? I don't mind it. They grew on me big time. No.
Same. I saw that and I was a
Yeah.
pretty big fan of it. You know, I was a big fan of them last year. I think they kind of grew on me as the season came on. Kind of opposite of those green ones. I'm glad those aren't coming back.
But
But
that was my next note. I think they are because they did some pictures with Marcus Morris, or not Marcus Morris. Man, you guys got me doing it. Monte Morris, and he was in the Saint Cecilia green shirt with the stars on it. So those might be coming back too.
You know, I want those white ones back. You know, the ones with the lightning strike.
Like from back in the day.
No, we had them like last season, 2 seasons ago.
I think we had them last year, yeah.
And then the red one, yeah. You know,
I want the red ones with the teal like
I do too.
splashes. I love those.
Those are clean, man. Those are so clean. I really want those back.
mind the Saint Cecilia ones, and they didn't look like Pistons jerseys, but yeah.
Like, if you could choose a color for the next season, what color jersey would you want to see?
Red.
The red and teal. I think it's so clean.
Rod red. Yeah.
I think James Edwards did report that like he doesn't think the teal is coming back because it was kind of like an anniversary thing, but he did say that he thinks that they are eligible to bring the red jersey back.
Like I want some like loud red, you know?
Stand out red.
Yeah, something that like pops a little bit, you know? Put some lightning strikes on there, maybe put teal. Yeah. I love a red.
I would too. How do you feel about the maroon teal jerseys coming back?
The maroon teal? Oh, like that like the away jersey from our teal era?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd
be okay with it. A lot of people have that exact reaction to it.
A modern spin on it would be nice.
Okay, I could see that.
You know what I want back? Is that sweet Motor City one with just the two stripes down the middle?
I got one sitting right here. You were a fan of those?
No, I'm joking. I hated that jersey. You own one of those?
I do. I was a big fan of Blake Griffin, and I love the color red.
Yeah.
So it was more of a like I don't. Do you guys know those kind of red maroonish jerseys the Pistons wore in like 2005, 6?
Yeah, Grant Hill era.
No, that was in the 90s, but like the Chauncey Billups going to work guys, they had this red jersey that I just absolutely loved. And when they came out with the Blake Griffin, like stripes down the middle, blue, whatever, that was the first time I've ever seen a red jersey since then. And I was a big fan of Blake Griffin because he was going off for us. So I was like, I want a red Blake Griffin jersey. And I got one. And now it's here. And it's not serving any good memories. But no, I'd be okay with bringing those red ones with the teal on it. And I want some remnant. I think you're right. Red needs to be the choice. We have white. We have blue. Pretty sure we're going to bring the black back. I think we need red. Valley's computer crashed. So you guys got any final thoughts before we get out of here of this makeshift pod?
No, happy birthday, Livers.
Yep. Happy birthday, Isaiah Livers. Happy birthday, Killian Hayes.
And Morse as well.
Monte Morris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that. What is that?
That was on the last pod we recorded.
Oh,
and we argued about his age.
Fair enough. Should we open the floodgates of this Brooks guard again, or should we save that for another day?
No, yeah, that was a great debate.
That was a great debate. I'm so mad that one got taken out. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Buff Sound Podcast. You guys know the drill. Follow us on all social media platforms. Stay tuned to our YouTube. We're going to try to upload to that a lot more often during the off season. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then just hopefully the video's up. You can go look at it. But until next time, throw the Buffs on, Detroit. Future is bright.